let's get settled in here. I'm gonna be drinking some coffee. How are you doing today? As I'm getting used to the energy of this video and picking a deck to begin with, check in. Use this time when there's not much going on in the video that you set aside time to watch, to check in. For some reason, I guess we needed a moment. Let's start off light and fun with the Kawaii Tarot book. I'm just going to flip to a random page, and the first one I see on that page I'll start reading, and hopefully it will give us a general sense of the reading. I love that little dragon. Alright, Understanding Tarot with the Kawaii Universe. 3 of Cups. Penguin celebrating. 3 of Cups. Number 68. You are not alone. There are people in your life to connect with. Community, family, friends, new and old. Maybe even an old enemy who might have turned over a new leaf. Or new connections to make. Connections. There is such a need for community within our society, and usually when people nowadays hear the word community, because the foundation of its actuality has been eroded so much within our society, they hear community and think socialization, when that's not typically the case. Actually, it's community is more of a network of support that you can rely on, and as humans we're biologically wired for that. That's why in this governmental system, late stage capitalism, there's such a rise of mental health issues and disconnection from oneself that causes need for addiction or different vices. I mean, myself included. It's difficult. It's really hard to live nowadays, and being in the physical plane doesn't make it any easier. But we can make it easier for each other. We can create cause and reason to celebrate. I don't know why I got celibate there. Maybe that's a vice that someone needs to work on. Yeah, 3 of Cups. We can find joy together despite the circumstances. Alright. So, that was nice. Let's start off with the Crow Tarot. So I'll just have one moment to clear the board. There's a bird, or it sounds like a raven, but now that I'm in the south, it's most likely a grackle, but it's just cawing very loudly outside. I doubt you can hear it, but I wonder. Raven. Perhaps I'll look up the significance real... Oh, my lord. I was about to look up the significance, but look at what we're getting into. You know what? I still have my my laptop here, though. Let me look it up. The crow is often associated with change, transformation, and the messenger role. So it's a bearer of messages. Very fitting for it to be a tarot. Knowledge, transformation, and change. They are bearers of meaningful concepts. All right, let's get started with the Crow Tarot. Shuffling the deck clears energy, as well as saging, lighting a white candle. For some reason I got black too. You know what? Get in tune with your shadow self. Get a black candle and light it up. Meditate. Because honestly, as much as I've come to know about my shadow self, the more I've come to know about my shadow self, there is less and less to fear from her, and more to learn, and even more so just to love. We all just want love so badly, and the best love we can usually receive is ourselves, is our own. So give yourself to yourself. Don't hold back from connecting with yourself, because in this life, the way perception works is that this is an experience of yourself, in these different circumstances, different challenges, but you are learning about the universe through yourself. You are learning about the universe through the universe in a limited experience that we gave ourselves so we can learn about ourselves. Because how would I react in that situation? What would I really be like in that situation? I can think and think and think, but how would it be in the present moment, in that situation? And here we are. Give yourself the gift of yourself. In the Kawaii Tarot, the new and old, Three of Cups, it had mentioned old connections. How old is your connection to yourself? There's always time to revive it. Always time to revive it. Write a letter to yourself. I just got that. Like, write a letter to yourself. This is really truly for somebody. Honestly, probably even for me. Write a letter to yourself. I don't know what age, but it can be any age. Just start writing the letter and it'll come. Maybe what's needed to be heard by you already have the answer, and you can give yourself that answer. It's good to look up tarot videos online and stuff, especially when you're low energy and really need a boost. But truly, 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 you are the best, spring of answers. All that magic that you're looking for, all that wisdom, truly resides within your own soul. And you just have to tap in. So let me get a random card here. Tap into yourself. Alright. Universe, in conjunction with the Crow messages, Three of Cups Kawaii messages, the need to connect with ourselves. What are some additional blockages we may be facing in doing that? Alright, let's get 3. Alright, 2. And a 3rd. Five of Pentacles. 2 crows are looking on the ground, while others are looking to the left. Perhaps that symbolizes the past. Could also symbolize the future. Okay, Queen of Swords. And 4 of Wands. So I always really enjoy looking at the guidebooks, just because each deck is so unique, and so I'm going to be reading those. I don't care if it makes me look like a noob. There's so much to learn from other people. So, 5 of Pentacles. Maybe I'll hold that up as I read it. Five of Pentacles tells the story of two different groups of crows. The first group is comfortable and warm, roosting in the tree. The second group battles a headwind as they hop along the frozen ground, unable to see that relief is just a short distance away. The crows on the ground may have lost everything, but they take comfort in the fact that they still have each other. This card serves as a reminder that even when all appears lost, there are still opportunities if we look for them. It also serves as a reminder to feed your spirit by focusing less on materialism and more on relationships. When reversed, the experience of lack and financial turmoil is ending. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't reversed, but that's still interesting how, it's talking about connection, and then reversed, it's more talking about finances. Now is an excellent time to take inventory of all the beautiful things that have entered your life and focus on gratitude. I feel like that ending sentence truly resonates with, upright or reversed. And so, if you're feeling strong headwinds and you've made drastic changes to, try and manifest a new reality, new timeline, but you still find yourself shivering, and I don't know why, but now I just really want to go on a tangent about how truly difficult it is to manifest in this 3D physical realm. It is just such dense energy. You can spend an entire lifetime trying to learn manifestation. And of course there are different ways to go about it, and different people naturally have a talent or skill for this, and everyone has different skills, spiritual talents, and everything. But for some, it is truly, truly difficult to be in this physical plane and manifest, especially when our experience in life is so limited. We can really block ourselves for an enormous amount of time and not even realize it, because in our perception, we're trying. But the word trying is limiting in itself. Doing, the process of doing is a better term of phrase. And so maybe it'll be good for you to just check in on your vocab, how you speak to yourself, how you speak about your circumstances. Are you unconsciously limiting yourself? Are you unconsciously bullying yourself, putting yourself down? Or are you expanding yourself, praising yourself, making room for these opportunities? I wonder when is the last time these birds even just looked up, looked at the sky, or, do they perceive that's where the snow, the wind is coming from? Why would I look up? It's just more difficult there. I wonder what in their perception is keeping them so low. But nevertheless, even in this frequency, they still have connection, community that they could nurture, perhaps build one another up until they're like, hey, and then it crosses their mind to look up because they're more in alignment with this frequency up here. They're like, hey, look at that community. They're just like us. They're together. They're building each other up. We belong there. Maybe that's how easy it is, but it's just so dense and so hard in this physical plane. All right, let's move on to Queen of Swords reversed. But yeah, really connection has been a theme so far. Okay, Queen of Swords reversed. When the Queen of Swords is reversed, she can be seen as a tyrant who is unapologetic, cold-hearted, and short-tempered. She lets emotion cloud her judgment, and as a result may risk losing respect and tarnishing her crown. So, when I was reading that, I really was just thinking about myself. In the beginning when it said Queen of Swords can reversed, can be seen as a tyrant who is unapologetic, cold-hearted, and short-tempered. Anger is not an emotion very well accepted when women especially are the ones exuding it. Righteous as it may be, needed as it may be for change, loving yourself as expressing anger may be, another person's perception is always going to be different than yours. And depending on what limiting beliefs they may have, grabbed on from society, or something they may have not unlearned yet, they may have even unconscious or even casual misogynistic beliefs that will just more quickly judge somebody who identifies as more feminine or as a woman if they're showing anger. And, just double check that those misogynistic beliefs are not your own. Don't drag yourself down for expressing emotions that you weren't allowed as a child, or emotions that were put down as a child, because the parts of yourself that are angry love yourself the most, because they know that you deserve change, they know that you deserve more, they know your potential and that you're not receiving it right now, but they know the rewards that it's your soul's birthright to have in this life, and they're angry that you don't have those yet. They know that that's what you deserve. And so allow the angry parts of yourself to exist. Allow it to exist for change. Don't stew in the anger, because then you'll just boil away and disintegrate without creating the change the anger was meant to bring. Anger is a catalyst for change. Allow it to be so. Don't judge yourself and keep yourself down. But don't allow it to disconnect you from others. In this photo, the bird is flying away, and she's like, yeah, fuck that, hallelujah, see ya. But what if, don't be so quick to burn bridges. But don't forget that you're the one wearing the crown. So, boundaries galore. But don't burn a bridge in the heat of anger. Alright, let's get into Four of Wands. When reversed, the Four of Wands represents instability in your home life or a breakdown in a relationship. Although you know that the change is vital to your growth in the long run, you may find it difficult to keep a positive attitude. Alright, so, I was talking about those angry parts of yourself. And maybe the connection was breaking apart. There's another side to that where, if it wasn't necessarily the heat of anger that caused them to leave or anything, but more of a repeated lack of respect for a boundary that may be new, or like the angry part of yourself told you, hey, you need this boundary for your safety, for your peace of mind, you need this boundary, and you're like, you know what, I do need that boundary, I would be better for it. Create it. It's up to other people how they respond to that, and if they're unwilling to accept it, that means they're unwilling to accept the new you. And so if there is a breakdown of a relationship, do not dog yourself down for expressing your anger. It didn't ruin your relationship. It protected your growth. And you will find a community that suits you. If this community did not respect you enough to respect your newly founded boundaries and to accept the new you and to learn and meet the new you as a new person, then they're not worthy of feeling the magic it is to be around you. And it is quite magical to be around you. You literally are magic. Right? The universe is made of love. Love is the closest thing we can get to magic. We're made of love. We're made of magic. We're made of stardust. We're made of fairies gone in the past. Myths that we can create just out of our mind. Like, humans are really great storytellers. They're really great creatives. And society nowadays tries to cause you to forget that. Because creativity is our birthright. We came here to be creative. And there are different systems who don't want us to be. They'd rather us be monotonous, working the same, not fulfilling our own potential, but we are meant to create and to allow ourselves to be. So ensure that you are around people who allow yourself to be. And then you can be together, right? And not limit each other. The worst thing you can do in a society so limiting and so oppressive is to be around people who have those same ideologies and are trauma bonded to all the wrongs in society. And so they think of you as radical, even though you're just connected to your humanity, right? All right, let's take a breather. Breathe if you need. Sometimes it's really great to have a journal nearby when you're listening to one of these readings, because as it is a collective reading, everyone is going to perceive it differently. So things that come to you, different ideas that float in your head, that's specifically for you, I'm not going to be able to say everything that everyone needs to hear. And so your spirit is speaking to you, perhaps through ideas said in this video, but write anything down that you need to, because change is a process. This human life, this experience is a process. Like, we can only ever experience it in the present moment, but it's good to look back on other present moments and like, what did I learn there that would help me now in this present moment and then going forward. Because sometimes you can grasp magic in a present moment and then it's gone, then you forget you had it. But like, no, the magic did exist and it does exist. You just have to grasp it more frequently and then it'll come into your life more because you'll be more aligned and in that frequency and whatnot. Speaking of magic, let's get into the Dragon Tarot. I'm not going to take this as well. I want to see what it is, though. 10 of Cups. Okay, 2 dragons together. They're, like, interlaced, going with each other. Okay, bitch, we're taking it. There's a whole new moon and shit, too. Let's, put it over. And then I'll get 2 more Dragon Tarot. We'll get 2 more. Just reminders that we need right now, Spirit. Anything the universe will have us know. What little message might lighten our burdened souls and make the load a little easier for yet another day. Alright. Top and bottom. The Magician, but reversed, infinite. And it doesn't even look like it doesn't even look like he's falling. It looks like he's like flying downwards. You know, but it's still so majestic. Wow. 3 of Wands. Okay. Reversed. And then, I'll read if they have, I don't know if this guide does have a message for reversed, but I'll read the reversed one of this as well, because it did technically come out reversed, but, you know, it's just different. Okay, so 3 of Wands. Leading others by example. The Magician. Alright, the Magician. He stands on a stage in the guise of one giving a performance. He kind of does look like he's giving a performance. Around him we see elemental weapons, which are earth, air, fire, and water, representing matter, space, energy, and time. Over his head we see the symbol of infinity. He levitates above ground level, thus showing that as the magician he is the master over these elements and not subject to them. He is the master of communication. Divinatory meaning is putting across your message to a much wider audience. Reason. Reverse meaning. Reverse meaning, so compulsive communication, overly intellectual. So he's kind of like graceful about his performance. He's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm magical. I know these people want to see me. So let me just do my thing and it'll be great. But the fact that it's reverse is kind of like compulsive. Like, I need people to know that I have magic because I know that I do. And so I need them to know. Or, like, I need them to know the specific message or the why behind my boundary. Like, I'm not bad because I want this boundary, and I need them to know that. But often our connection to different identities can also limit us. You know, perhaps your connection to being good as an identity limits you from being better. Because if you know that that boundary was for your highest good, just because someone else didn't accept it and walked away from your magic doesn't mean you have any less magic. It doesn't mean that boundary had any less reason for being created. Like, you know, when you're creating a new you, a new life, not everything from the old will fit. And you know, we know people for a season, reason, or lifetime. And perhaps them not accepting your boundary and flying away will be a catalyst for them learning a lesson about the need for boundaries, or the fact that people change, you know, or just something about themselves that we're not even able to perceive because it's not part of our experience. Let's look up this 10 of Cups. Oh, 10 of Cups. Emotional commitments. Perhaps different people. Emotionally committed to people. Let me see what that 3 of Wands was again. Leading others by example. emotional commitments, like your magical self. So leading others by example. So truly, you have to just connect with your highest self, your highest good. And that's the best way that you can help other people. Just by treating yourself right, someone else can see, oh my God, it is possible to be kind to yourself. To be kind to yourself and be productive. It is possible to get angry and be safe. It is possible to be a go-getter and treat myself kindly. It is possible to create connections with other people while putting myself first. You know, truly, oftentimes the limits that we grow up with are kind of opposite from what our soul needs or wants to flourish. And it's a lifetime of unlearning, undoing, and connecting back with this ancient knowledge that colonialism has tried to erase and eradicate, and undoing all these judgments that society has put on us because they're false. It's better to remain curious than be judgmental, because once we make a judgment, we typically stop thinking. Okay, let's get into some rune stones. And I'm pretty much a rookie at rune stones, so I will be looking up, you know, I used to be better, but I'm reconnecting myself with tarot because, like, I love tarot, and of course I believe that the best answers people can receive are within, and so it's better to meditate. But like, when you're so low, your mind, like, it takes a long time for some people to create a safe space in their mind. And honestly, at my hardest times, a lot of things that got me through was just watching a tarot video. And silly as that may be, it's just comforting to see magic play out in other people and know that I have the ability to do that myself. And now I'm reconnecting, doing, right? It's a process of doing, reconnecting to my own magic, myself. So yeah, I feel like these readings are almost as much for me as other people. And so as I was grabbing my runestone pouch, I almost accidentally grabbed like these riddle cards. So I'm just going to pull one out. And like, they're a little bit wrinkly because my dog had chewed them up, but not all of them. So let me just grab a random riddle card and see what kind of comes out. For some reason, I feel like this might be like reading part 2 or something. But in the future, I think it'd be fun to do pick a card readings. But for now, I'm just doing collective, just getting myself back in there, right? Everything's a process. All right, so riddle card. I don't know what those mean. There's like a little gift right there, but it honestly looks like there's an eye behind a monocle right here, a question mark. Like, I don't know, they're all just like random, but that's what we need sometimes. There's 3 dots on the top of the eye. You know, and every card is different, for real. It's crazy. Whoa, I was not expecting that, but it's like nothing. Maybe like the messages, you don't need a message from someone else. You have the answers within. Okay, I don't know. Let's look into it. Let's get into it. Let's get a rune. Whoa. I don't know how this rose quartz got in here, but it's like a little worry stone. And you know, rose quartz is all about self-love. Like, I truly don't understand how it was in here. My runestones are, like, specifically amethyst. Like, all my runestones are, like, I have amethyst runestones. I don't know where this little rose quartz came from. But, I mean, it's cute as hell. I'm gonna put it in my pocket throughout the day. That's really cool. Self-love. Alright, let's get a runestone. So you know what you need to keep yourself safe. Dude, did I really just get a runestone that did not have... So, every runestone typically has an empty one. That's more about, like, either self-fulfillment, self-prophecy. You know, you have the answers within, but truly there's not a symbol on this rune. So you know what? For this reading, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much. Remember to reconnect with yourself. Reconnecting with yourself is an infinite process, but there is so much love, creativity, magic, and wisdom to find within yourself. Connection to self, right? Yeah, good luck on your journey, and follow along on mine. Subscribe, go to groovyparadox.org. Yeah, that's great. I'm actually creating a creative community online. That's my goal here. Creativity, magic, sustainability, just reconnecting to our own humanity. So find out what that means for you, to reconnect to your own humanity. What does that mean for you? Just do it, man. Just do it. An act. It's always an act. Don't be scared. If you are scared, that's okay. Fear is just distance from love. But once you conquer fear, you will just always be closer and closer to love. There is love behind fear. Always. Always. Because all fear is distance from love. Kind of like cold is the absence of heat. Right? Hell yeah. Good vibes your way. Have a great day.